Hey guys, what's happening here? And today Josh sent me his demo in, and so we're going to be watching that. Excuse me while I just take a quick drag. So yeah, he asked about clutch situations, and I think I'm on the wrong round. Yeah, I believe I am. He wanted to know about clutch situations and how he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the reason for that was because he was pushing too much. His team was pushing too much, and he he wanted to know about communication as well. His team, they had a bot and bad communication, which doesn't really go so well. But as you can see, uh, there you go. Two of his team get taken out there. So immediately he should think, okay, they're going to take control of the site, or they're going to take control. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, cool. Right, so they are mid, and because he probably got no intel from his teammates about how many that were there, he should, even with intel and even without intel, he should pull back because he's not gonna take out 5 men uh, in second mid because some of them are gonna come apartments, and uh, if they do, sorry, if they don't go to apartments, they're gonna go mid, and they're gonna realise no one's there. Plant the bomb on A, so then he's got to retake, and retaking is a lot harder than defending. So what he should have done, he should have gone back to balcony, either sat on balcony or pit. That's a good place to hold if you're the last one, and wait for his two teammates to rotate. Yeah, whether they wanted to rotate that way or that way. In the end, they rotated that way through banana, and he could have picked off a few players, or hopefully before his teammates rotated, making it easier for them to retake the site. So by one of them was a bot, and you can't stop the well, you can stop the bot from rushing, but it's harder. Sometimes they don't listen. And yeah, so his other teammate rushed with the bot, got killed. So now they're 2 man down. So it's two dead versus 5. So 3 versus 5. 2 of them aren't even on A site. So he wants to, as soon as he loses men from pushing, which is completely the wrong way to go, CT. You want to watch that site. You want to have a guy watching mid, either from this side or from that side. And if they smoke off one side, you've got want to have one guy on each side of mid, really, ideally. Normally I play 3A, so one this side, and if they get smoked off, you got one that side that can hold them off, and maybe that guy could rotate back to a better place if he wants to go there, and one balcony, and then don't push apartments unless you know apartments are clear, uh, or you're a skilled player, I'd say, because a lot of the time he's putting himself in bad positions, as you can see in a moment. This is a prime example of where not to try and hold off 5 team of terrorists. And that crosshair placement isn't actually too bad, but try and have it a bit closer to the corner, because then you can always minor adjust it out. Because they could, if they go slow around a corner, you can then pick them off so easy, and if they rush it, uh, you're gonna have to move your mouse anyway. And uh, by moving your mouse, it gives them an advantage to, especially if they're good at following corners with their crosshair. They then are going to hit, their crosshairs are going to be on you faster than yours. You can move it onto them. So that was some of the mistakes he made. We'll have a look at some other situations. Okay, so this one, the guy he was playing with, he goes B, so he's going to get intel from B, which is good. But this one, him and another player are AFK in spawn for a little bit. He after 15 seconds, eventually runs up. You think he receives intel that they're going B, then he rushes mid, which is probably not the best idea, especially not rushing. You're gonna have to expect that players are gonna watch behind, especially if they're doing a full take. So they don't have a lurker, or they're faking. I don't think you'll see much faking in silvers, but Never know, you could have some smurfs and whatnot. But yeah, so he gets taken out pretty easily there, leaving it 1-on-2. And that is another reason why you don't push fast. If you know, he came up too quick, that's all, and his crosshair placement, he wasn't expecting anyone to come around the corner as fast as they did, which you have to expect, because they could always rotate back to A, and so really he wanted to just keep the crosshair close to the corner, out head height, and not run so fast, because that was a mistake. And he's killing a chicken, or he tried to. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I think he has the bot. Yeah, the bot gets killed mid straight away, and he then goes through apartments. Probably to miss the AWPer, although he just manages to miss him, and he comes up behind, takes out the AWPer, I think. No, he doesn't. And this is, I think this is one of the clutch situations he is talking about. He should have known AWPer. That position is, he said wrong place, wrong time, and it is wrong place, wrong time, but you're pushing the wrong places. I would have said don't push that way, because especially you managed to take out one to make it 2-on-1, but with his gun he didn't really stand much chance against an AWP unless he had good cover. So you got to think at that time, you got to think, oh, okay, they've got an AWP, could be still alive. You don't 100% know, but you got to treat it as if he's still alive. And what he should have done is he should have just got out of there, rotated back, and there he is again, pushing too fast, not pushing with his team. That's the only time you really want to push as a CT, is if you know players in a location and your team are pushing with you, or you got your team covering behind. I don't know what happens in this round, but I think Counter Terrorists win. Luckily enough, but yeah, I would just say you're pushing too fast. Half your team is pushing too fast. You just want to sit back as a CT and hold some positions. I'll show you that in just a sec, but we'll have a look at, hopefully, if I can find one more situation about clutches and stuff like that. But most of the clutch situations were because his team were pushing too fast, and luckily they were able to win that round. So yeah. Okay, so this one, I guess he gets intel that they're going B. He then moves over to B. I think he goes A at the start and then switches back pretty quick. I guess the mid guys told him that, but okay, so we're gonna have it half speed. A guy, Banana, gets killed. He should check on his minimap that his teammate is pushing Banana, and have a look how many people are left. He does a good thing by smoking and flashbanging. He should hold that position, maybe a tighter, straight to the left, a bit like that, but crosshairs in a better place. Head height instead of penis height, and he manages to push one and spray him down, but lose a bit of health, and then the second guy kills him after his AWP teammate kills one of the terrorists. So his AWP's got, if they want to rotate, they can't rotate. They can either push or try and push an AWP, which is hard to do. So really, he should just stay in a good position, whether it's CT side or on site. But instead, he decides to push, which he manages to take out this guy. He's down to 32 HP, and this guy pretty easily takes him out. So that's just, you got to think as well in situations like that. If you die, they've then got control of the site. They know that there's an AWPer behind them. They know that there's 2 guys left, and once they kill you, they've taken the site, and it's a lot harder for that AWP, especially against an AK. If an AK is going for the head, it's a one-hit kill. So that AWP, it's a lot harder for that AWP to retake the site. I'm not sure if he does or not, but I'll quickly pause it and Yeah, let's have a look at this guy, see what he does. And so he puts the AWP. He's picked up an AK now, and he's manages to take him out. But it puts him in a tough position to, especially against skilled players, to take back a site, because it's essentially, instead of it being a 2v1, maybe, or they were. Let me have this map up a minute. So they were banana, and they were like car area here. They had an AWP watching here. Not very straight line. Hang on a minute. Best as I can. Yep, straight. And he could then watch here, right? So they are then confined to this place. And another advantage of being CT is you can play time. You don't need to push. You don't need to kill them before the time ends. The terrorists do. The terrorists even need to plant the bomb. They even need to kill all of you, or they don't get any money if they survive the round. So they're gonna push you. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna push you because they want to get money after the round. They want to win the round, get more money, and they are winning, as you can see. Which this map, you get an advantage by playing on. It's not a massive advantage, but it's an advantage playing CT. So I would have just said know when to push and when not to push, because there are times when you do need to push, but that's a lot of game sense, and you'll get game sense with experience and playing with better players and things like this, I guess. So first of all, especially in a situation like this, in these situations, it's not a clutch situation, but you should definitely, if you know your teammate is watching banana, even with no communication, you can tell that he's watching banana. So you hold here. If they do kill him, and because you know that they are either going to push you, which is probably unlikely, seeing as they know you're there.
Balconies.
You just smoked
when
it
you
off.
push in balcony.
Really, when he smoked it
so
off,
many
he should have
different
just waited
places.
there.
You got to look
Through that flashbang,
you got to look at sight,
and then
that
once you confuses them a little bit, they don't know whether you're going to push. Like
someone might be in that corner,
eventually get killed,
but then look sight, and they could be
and
down
then
there,
they got that
could be there, they
awkward
could be
watching,
at
and that
that
awkward's
site, extremely
even
behind now, they could be library,
they're going to need to get.
so
Pretty quick kill on
balcony when you're
the
first,
like, because AWP is one hit,
pushing
kill,
sight,
AK to the head is one hit
being
kill.
the first to push
Shout
and
players
pushing
at this level
not the best way, because
are going to go for them one time.
you've got so many different ways where if you haven't picked already,
that situation, that could be, luckily you won it, but it could have been a different story.
Any 3 of them spots, there could be
your AWP
a player in, so and you got to check
um,
all of them while moving out.
If there is any
And then,
more situations that are,
if you're here,
feel
by the time, so they push, normally you check graveyard before you push, and then you check pits, site, and then by that time, you might want to quickly flick and see if there's a guy balcony, but usually you get the drop on them, balcony, unless they look there first, and it's a pretty good spot. Also another good spot is actually here. I use it quite a lot. So I don't understand why people don't look there more often, but it's really good for, you can let terrorists have apartments really, because the only way they can come out is balcony and mid, which is right next to mid. So whether you have a guy watching from here, you know, keeps doing this, keep peeking, and once you see someone or whatever, get a headshot on them, and you can have one guy mid this side, and normally terrorists will smoke off here or this side, and so whatever side they smoke off, the guy the other side of mid can then have a look, and that other guy can then rotate to another position, because they don't tend to push smoke. You can wait in that spot if you want, but normally you want to go back up balcony or your guy on the other side of mid, and then also then that way you're not pushing apartments, because this is useless to yourself and terrorists. Yeah, you could depending on what tactics you use, you could have a guy if you manage to get an AWP pick mid, you could push second middle, you know, then you could totally stop them from taking A.
then that would pretty much force them to go B. So then you'll spare guy at A, so then you have 2A. Just watching, and he'd rotate to B, but I'll show you some spots for B. So yeah, I play, it works most of the time, because sometimes you do get put against good players that pre-aim the spots, and you can't really. Also, try not to peek when sneaking. I do it a lot. Gets me killed quite a lot, but we saw Josh here, and he was in a good position here. His crosshairs were here though. They need to be about here, which is roughly head height. You know, first 2 bullets are going head height, and you can just spray the hell out of them. My spray control on this gun isn't very good. I only just started using it because the price of the silenced has gone up. But so yeah, you want to have it the view and be as far away from the corner as you can, because if they push, you can get a quick headshot on them. If they push fast, and you'll see them push fast, you'll try and shoot them. If you miss, then you're still not. Then you're not out in the open. So if they push fast and get past where you're aiming, you can just still hold that. Maybe go back and widen your view a little bit, but he pushed and managed to spray one guy down and went for the other one. But when he had a friendly AWPer watching from there, which is pretty lethal, because you can see right up to car. You know, he's peeking here. If they do go in there, quick shot. You know, they peek either side. This AWP's, if he's got quick reactions, he's gonna take them out before they take him out. Especially at silver level, you're not gonna see that many one taps. So yeah, instead of pushing, and then they had the sight, which is a bad, especially when playing higher skilled players. It's a definitely bad decision to give them the sight. I see it with a lot of silver players. It is game sense. They don't have a lot of game sense, so they give away sight. They push instead of holding. When them terrorists have to come this way, or they have to go back towards the AWP, and that AWP, they're gonna favour you than the AWP. So pushing an AWP, as I think I put a clip in of Josh dying from pushing an AWP, and AWPs are hard to push, so you're gonna need to either flank them or smoke them out. That's one way of dealing with an AWP. I don't think the terrorists had any smoke, so they couldn't smoke them out. What they could have done then is hid close and both peeked at the same time. One of them would have got him, and then they can freely rotate. Then they have 2 players to rotate to A, but we're not talking about terrorists. We're talking about Josh. So yeah, when playing B, I'm blabbering on a little bit, but when playing B, I do like to have one here, because the only real place they like to pre-aim you from is like here, and even then, you know, I'll put show impacts on. Generic command for show impacts, that's wrong. There you go. Okay, right, so you know, you're up here. They can either push, if they know you're in that position, they're gonna try and go behind there and headshot you through that wood. If they push below, you can just spray them, and then you've got another guy, CT, who can also look, and if they smoke you off, your friend can then keep watching until you get into ruins or out, or then he can carry on watching this position, and you can then rotate. Here, which is a great place. Now you can shoot through here. So once you see them, or you can just keep peeking them, and they push. You know, you got an advantage. If this guy dies, it's still holdable from that position. It's not so holdable from here if your friend dies there, because you've either got to fall back, watch ruins as well, because you can't see. As soon as you fall back from there, you can't see if there's a guy pushing ruins or a guy pushing sight, so you gotta split. But here, you don't really need to worry about ruins, because you can just keep peeking this side, and then, you know, peek that side. Yeah, so it's getting really annoying without a mouse map, but so yeah, I think that's just really it. Just needed work on not pushing so much when CT. When to push and when not to push. It entirely just matters on the situation. Most of the situations where you pushed were the wrong situations, giving the terrorist team the advantage. Some of them worked out fine for you, but especially in high group, you're not going to get that advantage. So yeah, I can't think of a way to explain how to determine situations, but apart from a situation like that, you didn't need to push. A situation where they can rotate, it's still not really worth pushing. Say if you're the last guy left on A, you go into pit, you watch balcony. It's still a bit, how do I put it? You don't want to push them. You want to rotate to a place where they're not going to be yet, and then hopefully wait for them to push a corner you're going to be. Because if they push you, you're more than likely going to get a shot off on them first. If you're standing still, a more accurate shot as well. You're not going to have to stop. You're not going to be out in the open, and it just works a lot better. But once again, thanks for sending in your demo. Hope I've answered your question, and thank you very much. Cheers for watching.
Inflictor.